What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to this tutorial series, a mini series in which we'll be developing a rich notification, a Twitter rich notifier, which would help you to get notifications immediately as desktop notifications on your computer whenever there's a notification on your Twitter account. So let's get started with some little coding stuff. So first thing we need to do is to extract everything we have on this URL. Not everything basically, but only this portion. But we need to do an AJAX request from our extension page to this file right here. So in the last tutorials, what we were doing is we were clicking on this extension, which popped up a little notifier here, but this trick simply won't work with our new extension because we need it to be automated and not just whenever user clicks here to inform the user what's happening. So we need to work with background scripts now, and here's my Sublime text, and let's get started. So we already have the permissions and notifications. We would also like to have permissions as Twitter handle because we need to access this page, or we could specifically just restrict the permissions to this page only. And we have got the permissions ready, so we don't need this browser action now. We don't need the script, but something called a page, and the page is simply just like a script, but we do have access to the HTML now as well. So let's create this page, and I'll just quickly do it. We don't need any specific title. Let's just add the script background.js, and that should do. Alright, so let's just remove it and just test whether it's working or not. Let's reload the extension, and we should get an alert box anytime now, and here we go. Alright, so it's working. So let's just give it a little rich Twitter notifier maybe, and not a question mark obviously, and some descriptions. Allows you to get notifications immediately as desktop ones. Alright, a comma for life, and I guess we are done with the formality, all the formal stuff we need to do. Okay, so we got this. Let's remove the alert box and let's start with the coding. So in the background page, we need to launch a AJAX request, and we would need to have a lot of data filtering as well. So I guess I would just go with jQuery file, because this would kind of make life much easier. So I'll just create the jQuery as local file, and in the manifest, in the script, or we already have got the page, so let's just load jQuery right now. jQuery. Now I've made this resource local to my extension so that I don't need to get into any fuss of permissions and all that for a simple library. And now let's test jQuery. If it's working, then this code should execute, and I hopefully assume that you know how JavaScript and jQuery are working. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is to do an AJAX request to, or not maybe an AJAX, just a GET request to this URL, and the function should log, or let's just use something else because we have already got console.log. So data, and let's just console log this for now, and let's see what happens. Let's reload our extension, check out the background HTML page, the console, and bingo, we have got all of the data of that particular page, and since I am logged in right now into Twitter, therefore this data belongs to my Twitter account actually. And let's see if it really does. Yes, so this sentence is kinda associated with a Twitter account only. So yeah, this is grabbing data from my account, and it's time to append this into a variable. I can actually or let's just do it inside the get only. So we have got var HTML data as data, and let's just append it right now to body. And let's just check it out. And in here what we see is we have got a lot of unwanted data as well, which is not required at all. So what we can do is we can just filter out what we need, and that is something, this ID only. We need only this OL right here and nothing else from the page. So let's go ahead and do HTML data, and since it's HTML we can use find, and since it's an ID, so now let's reload this and let's check this out, the background.html page, and bingo, we have got only this much data which was required, but we have also got another OL list, so we could just make it restrict to the first occurrence, and we could just type location.reload. So we have got only one. So now in every LI you see we have got a hell lot of information, and we don't need any of these, much of these actually. So if you see, then we don't need this activity header right here, or do we? Because this truncated tweet, or let's just check it out. So this header is something this, and I guess we only need header, don't we? Alright, so we can actually strip out everything else except the header, and which is everything else includes activity truncated tweet and this thing right here. So what we can do is, instead of just appending this, let's give it a variable, and let's just say or we don't need any data, because we can just find this one and just remove this, and it would remove every instance of this similar to this one. And just remove the second one, or make it prefix with a dot, and let's reload this, and I'll just do a body append. Let's check this out. Alright, where's the error? Okay, we have got an extra bracket right here. Let's just reload this again, and okay, so we now see only the header one, and the rest of twos are stripped out. So we have got a clean, nice version of the header one, and I'll just stop this tutorial right here, and we'll continue with all this coding stuff in the next tutorial as well. So stay tuned with me till then, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.